Minnesota is expected to pursue Durant in a trade again this offseason. KD will be 37 at the start of the season.
Right.
People ain't giving up a whole lot of guy for a guy that's 37 that has an injury history. KD is phenomenal. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's our greatest men's Olympic basketball player. He's an MVP. He's a finals MVP. No one is questioning his resume. But the fact of the matter is he's about to be 37. And he has an injury history.
Shannon Sharpe talks about Kevin Durant being traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are reportedly looking to trade for an alpha and are expected to pursue Kevin Durant per Amico Hoops. The Timberwolves need another alpha next to Edwards to win it all, which is why sources told Hoops Wire that Minnesota is expected to pursue Durant in a trade again this offseason. They tried to get him at the trade deadline, but KD made it abundantly clear he doesn't want to leave. You know, it's a lot that comes along here. Let's get a training camp. What you think, Dwight? Do they have the pieces in order to pull it off? I don't know. Consider what they gave up to get Gobert. I don't know if they got the pieces. I mean, all you got is Jaden McDaniels and Julius Randle is a free agent.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to make that happen. You want to keep Jaden. That's one of the pieces to where he's still a player that can grow, still someone that can maybe be an all-star, a great two-way player. Julius Randle, they may try to re-sign him. Maybe they do a sign-and trade, but do you really want to give up a Julius Randle that at times has some good moments? He could be that alpha when he wants to be, but if you're Kevin Durant going to the Timberwolves, they need another scorer. There could be a lane for him there. Imagine him winning a championship with the Timberwolves next season, taking him over the top. Think about what will happen with his legacy. I know people are going to hate with the Golden State Warriors situation, but they needed KD in order to continue their dynasty. So he did help out the Warriors, even though you had a prime Steph Curry and the Klay Thompson and a decent Draymond Green at the time. But without a KD, the Golden State Warriors, they're not the type of legacy team that they are now without KD helping them win 2 championships. So I think KD to the Timberwolves will be good, but it all depends on the pieces you have to give up to get them.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's tough.
It's going to be a tough
I'm just trying to think
Nickeil
about
Alexander-Walker. I think he's a free agent. So I'm just trying to see. The thing is, all that sounds good in theory. Now, we're looking at it, Dwight, Nocho, we're looking at it like team to team. Now, if we get 2, 3, 4 teams involved, now maybe somebody can swing something.
Yeah.
But I'm not in the business of helping you. I'm not in the business of helping Ant-Man and
somebody else win.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to get multiple teams involved, only because 2 of their decent players that they could trade, Alexander and Julius Randle, they're free agents. Dante DiVincenzo, he's good, but he's not going to be a difference maker in a trade. You're going to need another great player or potential great player to pair with them. So unless they're willing to give up Jaden, maybe, and then some other pieces to be a straight-up trade, if I were them, I'd try to keep Jaden, maybe see what happens with KD next summer once he becomes a free agent. That could be the only way, unless he gets a trade to the Spurs or some other team. But I think KD will be perfect. An aging superstar that can still give you 25 points per game could be that difference maker. If Anthony Edwards is struggling, just get the ball to KD. He'll command a double team. The defenses, they'll have to prepare for him. And Anthony Edwards, his game will open up more if they had an offensive threat. So I know they talk about the mentality of Anthony Edwards, which is true. Maybe you need a KD there, but he's not like no alpha. He's not going to be rallying the troops. He leads by example, especially on the offensive end. They need more offensive firepower if you're the Timberwolves.
I'm looking at, I think that'll really help Ant's development by having KD. I think they just need some more shooters. I don't know.
Yeah.
And plus, KD will be 37 at the start of the season.
right.
People ain't giving up a whole lot of guy for a guy that's 37 that has an injury history. KD is phenomenal. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's our greatest men's Olympic basketball player. He's an MVP. He's a finals MVP. No one is questioning his resume. But the fact of the matter is he's about to be 37 and he has an injury history.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially that Achilles injury he suffered in 2019 with the Golden State Warriors. Probably would have beat the Toronto Raptors if he didn't get injured. So yeah, do teams want to trade everything for a 37-year-old making $55 million in his final season or close to it, $60 million, whatever the case may be? I don't think a lot of teams are going to load the boat to get a KD. Now, if KD was making $30 million this season, that'd have been an easy play. It'd have been tough to even get a Kevin Durant on the open market because the Suns would have easily flipped them. It's going to be tough for the Suns to get something in return unless there's a team to where, hey, we're willing to give up a young player, some expiring contracts, and a pick or two to get a KD. But that whole Rudy Gobert trade kind of messed up the Timberwolves. They gave up a lot for him. So, man, I don't know what they're going to do long term. But in the near future, getting a KD at 37 going on 38 next season could be a better option. But to get him on the team next season, I think that can help the Timberwolves out a lot. And Anthony Edwards rocks with KD. That's like his favorite player, his idol. He followed him around on Team USA, so he rocks with KD. He will want to play with KD in Minnesota. Hopefully they can make it happen without losing most of their team.
That is not conjecture. That's not innuendo. That's not speculation. Those are facts.
You know what? Even with the injury history, based on who it is, I think they would overlook it. Same reason, like
they would. That's what Phoenix did.
A small example, Dwight and look at the Steelers. Hell, Aaron Rodgers has the injury history, but look at his resume. Look at his accolades.
But I ain't got to give up. All I got to do is pay his salary. I ain't got to give up nothing to get him. It'd be a whole different thing if I got to give up 3 first-rounders and a second round and a third.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And so that's the thing. And see, think about it. Look at what when Minnesota gave up to get Rudy Gobert. Look at what the Knicks gave up to get Mikal Bridges.
Right.
And people automatically think, but because of KD's age and his injury history, I mean, Mikal Bridges hadn't missed a game in 5-6 years. I was shocked that Minnesota gave up what they gave up to get Gobert because he's a one-end player. He can only play the defensive end, and you can't play him in the fourth quarter unless you play in the Lakers, and the Lakers don't have a big, so you can leave his ass out there to roam. But other than that, you go back and look at Rudy Gobert when he was in Utah. Go back and look at Rudy Gobert, not prior to this year. Look at him in the fourth quarter. He on the bench. I'm not giving up 5 first-rounders for a guy that I can't play the entirety of the game.
Yeah, again, the Timberwolves, they know they messed up giving all that for Rudy Gobert. I guess it was cool. You get a dominant defensive center, someone that's going to man the paint. But he's a liability, especially in the fourth quarter. Hacker Gobert could take effect, and it could slow your team down and lessen your offensive possession. So I know the Timberwolves probably want to get rid of Rudy Gobert, but I don't think they're going to trade Rudy Gobert for Kevin Durant. The Suns, they ain't making that happen. Impossible. Why would we take a Rudy Gobert back when we don't really have a player outside of Booker that's going to really be a good fit for him? So again, Minnesota, they got to do everything in their power to see what they can do to get KD. But if you got to trade your young assets or possibly half your team, or you can't get a third or fourth team involved, you probably got to leave KD alone. But it will be a good opportunity for them to get better if they land KD.
That's true. But then you got to think too, like, the reason why they're keeping him is because he got those 4 defensive player of the year awards. So
but damn, why I can't play him in the fourth quarter when I need a defensive player of the year on the court?
You're right, but I'm just thinking how the team is going to look at it like, man, I'm producing the best defensive player that we've seen in history as far as awards go and stuff like that. And people can say that as people who watch and play, but let's just look at, he has that award 4 times. The impact that he's having on the floor, regardless of what he's saying. AD should have got it this year.
Last year.
Man, but Rudy's impact might not show up.
Or Wemby. Wemby led the league in block shots and played 40-something games.
Now, that's who I had.
Was he eligible, though?
Who should have won it last year.
Okay, I won't fight you then.
That's what happened. I just think that his presence is why they keep him around. He's 7'2". I mean, come on, just think about it. He's 7'2". You can't teach height. You can't teach size. He can get up block.
Tell me how I teach him to stay on the court in the fourth quarter. Tell me how I teach that.
Well, it's hard.
I just think
he's a liability on defense in the fourth.
And the thing is, Dwight, he's not an on-ball defender. He's a help defender. I'm not giving up no 4 first-round picks for no help defender.
Damn, I thought this was about KD being possibly traded to the Timberwolves. Now, just going off from Rudy Gobert has something to do with AD not winning that Defensive Player of the Year award. You know he's team clutch, team LeBron, so anybody connected to LeBron, Shannon Sharpe will crash out. I thought he was going to jump through the screen and try to fight Dwight Howard, so damn, chill, let the man talk. He just giving his opinion. He's a center, one of the best bigs in NBA history. No matter if you like Dwight Howard or not, controversy or not, he knows what a good center looks like. So at the end of the day, yeah, Gobert may be one-sided, but him being good defensively for Defensive Player of the Year awards, yeah, they wanted to go all out to get Rudy Gobert, but at the same time, man, hey, if you can get rid of Rudy Gobert in a miracle trade for KD and other teams involved, I think the Timberwolves will easily get rid of Rudy Gobert if they know it can help them land Kevin Durant.
He's a help defender. He's not an on-ball defender. He doesn't do good, and they put it in the pick and roll. He can't move side to side. Guys get him going side to side. They get him going downhill. He's not like what you and Ben Wallace, when I think of guys, Draymond, when I look at guys that not only can they help, but they can defend on the ball. That's not what Rudy is.
I think he's got better, though. If you go back and look at a couple years ago to when he played Luka this year in the playoffs, he was able to play him one-on-one a little bit better. They allowed him to actually play one-on-one defense. So I have been somebody who's always been saying, like, man, it's crazy. Rudy I don't see, like, his defensive, like, passion, but I could see that he's gotten better over the years with his defensive presence. It's just not – I don't think it's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got to get on the offensive end. I think he got to get he got to get something going. Like
don't get. 10 points. Oh, look, I get it. If he was giving me, let's just say for the sake of argument, Dwight, he was giving me 15. He was giving me 15 and 13 with those 2.5 3-block shots a game.
Yeah,
you got me.
Then you good.
You got me.
Pick and roll, seal the small in the paint.
Yeah.
Go up and dunk it. He don't even have to look at the rim. He go up and dunk it backwards. I'm dead serious. Like,
again, Rudy Gobert got a lot of work to do, but going back to KD, if the Timberwolves can find a way to get him, cool. But you don't want to mortgage your whole future for a 36-year-old going on 37. You got to be real careful. If you're the Timberwolves, you still got Anthony Edwards. You still got Jaden. You got Julius Randle. I'm sure they'll offer him a contract depending on what's happening with these trades and free agency in the next month or two. Nickeil Alexander, maybe you try to keep him, but there's some rumors that he's going to be looking for a sizable contract, being a good two-way player. And he was able to put up some baskets. So this Timberwolves team can look completely different by the start of next season in October. So we'll see what happens moving forward with Kevin Durant going to the Timberwolves.